Hi everyone, in this video we are going to see what is the process between your submission and the acceptance. That is, once you submit your article, what is happening in between. So imagine that you are the scholar who has written the paper and you have submitted. Okay, so this is the scholar. Yes, so you are the scholar, you have submitted the paper. Fine. So what will happen now is what once you have submitted, you may submit using anything like an online. It might be an online portal. Okay, it might be an online that you are trying to submit it. Okay, or else you can send it through a mail. Whatever it may be, you are submitting through a cloud. Okay, once you have submitted this will be sent to the editor. Okay, that is chief executive editor or the editor who is in charge of that. So he is a chief executive editor, that is CEE, or an editor. So what editor will do, editor will determine whether the paper is relevant to the journal needs. That is what we usually talk about, the scope of the journal. Okay, in terms of novelty in the sense whether your research is really giving some impact to the, whether your research is giving some impact to the public. Okay, and whether your journal is really a new one because it should not contain any plagiarism, whether the design is good, whether the procedure is good, whether the language is suitable for that particular journal, as well as everything which have to be sent before the reviewer. Okay, so if any one of this, so whatever we have discussed is what we have discussed about the novelty, right? Novelty of the journal and impact of the journal, design, procedure, whether it is suitability. Okay, everything he will be checking for, everything in that particular paper, that is the whatever the paper which we have submitted. If it really suits, then what that editor will do, that editor will send this particular journal. The editor will send our particular journal to 2 or 3 reviewers. Okay, it might be 2 or 3 reviewers. So there will be a reviewer. So before sending, he will ensure that the information about the scholar, that is the person who submitted the paper, is not available. He may be using any unique ID for the paper. Okay, but the information should not be revealed to the reviewer. So then what happens is the reviewer will be sent to the reviewer. So these are all the reviewers. Fine. So what happens, the reviewer will take at least, as I told before, like the reviewer will take at least 1 week to 10 days of time to send it back. Okay, this is called a blind review process. So these reviewers will be the subject matter expert. For example, if you are submitting a computer science related article, then your paper should be sent to the computer science expert. Even there comes a specialization. If you are sending an article related to machine learning, then at least that 2 of the reviewers should be a machine learning expert. They should know machine learning. Okay, so once the comments to the authors are about the appropriateness and adequacy of the theoretical and conceptual work. So what happened, this reviewers will send the comment. Okay, will send the comments based on that is what is the paper is all about, how the paper is, what is their comments on it. Okay, that is suggesting the strengthness of the manuscript. Okay, they'll be sending you the comment, they'll be sending back the comments to the editor. Okay, so what the thing the reviewer will see, you have to consider all these things. Okay, appropriateness, Okay, next one is what? The literature review, whether you have done a proper literature review about that. They'll be seeing the method. They'll be considering the results and discussion, conclusions. So I have a set of reviewers, reviewers comments, and I have the format of reviewer. If you want, you can let me know. I will also explain what is the expectation of the reviewer and how you can make your paper 100% acceptable. That we will deal in a different video. So now let us, I'll proceed. So he'll be sending the CE back the comment. So the comment, what the CE will see is what, whether they can accept it or not. So the editor, he will review the report and decides whether to accept or reject the manuscript. Okay, if there is any revision, what he will do is he will advise the author to revise and resubmit the manuscript, or seek any additional review reports. Okay, and once the scholar revised it and submitted it back. Okay, so until then he will be waiting. So the author decides whether and how to address the reviewer. So now in this case, author, the scholar, we have to decide how to address the reviewer comment, and how to overcome the editor's concern. Okay, so the author's written a revised version of the paper to the chief of the editor. Okay, so again he has to send a revised paper to the editor by mentioning something like, I have changed all these things, everything. Okay, so the author can also submit that is any special disagreements if he have. For example, you know better about your paper and your research, and if something which cannot be done in that paper, which is suggested by the reviewer, okay, which is not possible, then you can again tell that this is not possible because of these reasons. Okay, so the chief executive editor send the revised manuscript. Again what he will do, he will send the revised manuscript to review the paper again. Okay, he will be sending a revised manuscript. Okay, he will be sending the revised manuscript to the reviewer. At least one original reviewer have to see this. He will not send it again to 3 or 4 reviewers. Okay, he will be sending to only one reviewer. When the reviewer completed the reviewing the paper and he accepts, okay, he decides the manuscript to be accepted, then he will send the acceptance back to the review editor. Okay, whereas the editor has the complete ownership and rights to whether accept or reject the paper. Okay, once he accept it, he will send the comments back to the scholar that your paper has been accepted or rejected. Okay, so other than this, before publishing your paper, the editor has to look for the citation, the reference list, whether everything is under the journals guidelines. Okay, like clarity, grammar, plagiarism, the plagiarism percentage, everything. Okay, some few questions he may ask, for example copyrights, he may ask for the copyrights. Okay, so that they have to give. He may ask for something else like data, the data should be publicly available, like that. So these things will happen. Okay, and finally, once it is completely acceptable, then he can, if it is a paid journal, he can pay the price and send the approval, or else that is send the acceptance, that is the scholar can pay and send the acceptance, or else he can simply ask them to publish the paper. So this is how this will work. Okay, this complete process which happens between the submission and the acceptance. So a scholar, while writing, he has to think about all these things. Okay, like that is what are the thing, that is the journal scope, novelty, impact, design, procedure. And if you want to know more about how the reviewer will look into your paper, then You can leave the comment. I will definitely help you out. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.